My entry for Jamie and Uncle Ben's Food Tube Star. Hi y'all, I'm Deborah. Welcome to Granny's Down Home Sassy Southern Cooking. My granny always said good Southern food could be cooked 1,000 ways to Sunday, but great Southern food needed a little sass. Today I'm making sassy Southern sausage jambalaya. Before I get started, the first thing I need to do is wash my hands. It's really important when dealing with raw meat that you wash your hands before you start chopping your veggies. If you'll follow me, I'm going to come over here and wash my hands. Okay, my hands are washed. Now, I've already prepared the sausage. I've cut the sausage up into about 1-inch bite-sized pieces. Here are my veggies. I'm using a sweet vidalia onion, a juicy red tomato, and robust bell peppers. Let me get started chopping my veggies. First thing you want to do is cut your onion. We're just going to use a half an onion for this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and chop the onion up. You probably want your onion in bite-sized pieces as well. I love sweet vidalia onions. They give your recipe a really good flavor and add that little sass to your recipe. You can add more onions if you want, but I just like half an onion in mine. For my rice, I'm using Uncle Ben's Ready rice. I'm using the red beans and rice in the recipe. Just scoop your onions onto the plate. Next, I'm going to cut my tomato up. You can use a whole tomato or a half tomato. Depends on what you want to use. I'm just going to use a half tomato. I'm going to dice it up real quick. Add that to my onions. Oh, I love juicy red tomatoes. They're so good, especially in the South during the summertime. I could eat a whole tomato by itself. Slide that onto the plate with your onions. Next, I'm going to use a half of a bell pepper. The red bell pepper first. Let's go ahead and get that cut. You want to clean the bell pepper, remove all the seeds. You want to remove the pith from the bell pepper. You want to go ahead and chop that up into bite-sized pieces as well. This recipe is really simple, 5 ingredients. You go from start to finish in about 5 minutes. Put this on your plate. Now I'm going to chop up my green pepper. I'm going to clean this one out as well and remove all the pith from it. I'm going to get your seeds out. I'm going to add that to my plate. Now I'm going to chop up the yellow pepper. Before adding about 3 tablespoons of butter to a skillet over medium heat. It's okay if you get a little seeds in your veggie mix. They're just going to cook off anyway. So let's get this onto the plate. I've already put my Uncle Ben's rice in the microwave 90 seconds. That's all it takes. Now let me go ahead and add the butter to the skillet. About 3 tablespoons over medium heat. You're going to let that melt. Then you're going to add your veggies. This recipe is one of my favorite Southern comfort foods. It's a classic, and I just add a little sass to it. If you don't want to wait for your butter to melt, you can go ahead and start adding your veggies to it. What you're going to do with your veggies is you're going to simmer your veggies over medium heat for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. You just want to let all the flavors marry together. Once your veggies have cooked down, what you're going to do is you're going to add your sausage. You want to be careful with your sausage. You don't want to fry your sausage. You actually want to let the juices pop. And I'll show you what you do in a minute. As soon as these vegetables cook down, you can turn up the heat a little bit if you want to, if you're in a hurry and just want to get it done. But this recipe is really better simmered on medium heat. Oh, and these smell so good. You can see the steam coming from them. See, your butter's starting to melt, and your veggies will start to marry with the butter and blend together. This yummy in your tummy dish is so delicious. It makes your mouth water and your tummy smile. I turn the heat up a little bit so I can show you exactly what you need to do. My stove is kind of slow, so it may take time for these veggies to cook down, but that's okay. We have plenty of time. This dish is so yummy. We can go ahead and add our sausage. You see, I've already cut my sausage up, and I'm going to go ahead and add the sausage to the mixture. This is going to marry as well. Now, you want to make sure, like I said, you don't fry your sausage. Just cook it till your juices start popping. You're going to let it simmer, uncovered, about 3 minutes. You can hear it sizzle. You can see it starting to sizzle a little bit. You want to make sure that you continuously stir this dish. Like I said, you don't want to fry your sausage. You want your juices popping. See how all the flavors are coming together? The last thing you're going to do is add your rice. I'm using red beans and rice. I think it just gives it that little hint of sassiness. I'm going to reach for my ready rice. Go ahead and open that up. And I had an accident. I dropped my spoon. So that happens to the best of us. So I'm just going to reach in here and find another spoon. It figures. I never have a spoon when I need one. As you can see, the juices are starting to pop. The yummy in your tummy dish is starting to come together. And the last thing I'm going to do is add the rice. You can see all the juices and how well it's starting to marry. I'm going to slowly add my rice. Oh, and it smells so good. All those yummy spices coming together. Look how good that looks. You can hear it sizzling. I'm going to turn the heat down now till about medium low. And you want all this stuff to marry. See how good it looks? Yummy in my tummy, and it will be yummy in your tummy too. Okay, I'm going to serve this up now on the plate. See how good that looks with all these vegetables? Yummy in your tummy. Bon appetit, y'all.
Okay.